So it's a move that sucks. It's a move that hurts, but it's a move that was necessary. Marshon Lattimore, the best cornerback in franchise history, is on the move, and he's headed to the Washington Commanders. We're going to go through all the financial information. We're going to go through the trade details, everything you need to know, my full reaction, and then how are we going to function moving forward without Lockdown Lattimore on the defense. But let's get you guys informed on what happened with the trade exactly. Friendly reminder to subscribe and like the video so that way you can find our content a little bit easier in the future, and that way more Saints fans can be informed about what just happened. Unfortunately, like I said, it's a trade that needed to go down, and this is really good return if you ask me. Now, obviously, you're sending away a 5th-round pick as well, but in return, you get a 3rd-round selection, you get a 4th-round selection, and you get your 6th-round pick that you actually traded to the Commanders for John Ridgeway back a few weeks ago, back a couple months ago, earlier in the season. So you do get some good capital in return, and I think that this is a nice trade for New Orleans to make. I personally believe that they won this trade, but I want you to sound off and give me your initial thoughts. Just type the team in the comment section, whether you think it's Saints, whether you think it's Commanders. Let me know. Again, this is not a move that we like, but welcome to the world of rebuilding. You got to say goodbye and say your farewells to some top-tier players and some players that you really, really like that are fan favorites. And unfortunately, he is a player that's very talented, that's very good, and not only can he shut down an entire side of the field, that's why the numbers are so low right now. I mean, only 2 pass breakups. He's only allowed 10 catches, only 19 targets. Like, he has not been tested hardly at all because he shuts down an entire side of the field, because quarterbacks and opposing offensive coaches know not to test Lockdown Lattimore, because when he's healthy, he is one of the best corners in the National Football League, and that is a strong opinion that I have. But in terms of the finances, there's a lot of dead money moving forward. The Saints will have about $60 million of dead money from the contracts of Marshon Lattimore, Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, and obviously Ryan Ramczyk is likely to retire this offseason. So that is some more money that will, have to be paid out due to the retirement. Nick Underhill pointing that out for us. And I just got to say this. It sucks. You hate to see him go. But again, it's necessary, and this is how you fix things. It's not going to get better overnight. It's not going to get better in a couple of weeks. But this is just part of the process. Now, friendly reminder again, if you want more Saints videos, if you want more updates, be sure to subscribe. We went live yesterday when Dennis Allen got fired. We're going to go live tomorrow on Wednesday afternoon to give you guys more coverage and more in-depth analysis around the black and gold. And then on top of that, we go live for every single game day. So if you want a ton of live content, you want regular daily videos, this is the channel for you. Hit that sub button for 100% free coverage. So discussing more things in terms of the finances, we'll get to that in a second, but just I got to tug at the heartstrings, if you will, a little bit. Alvin Kamara is now officially the only player from that insane, incredible draft class that included Marshon Lattimore, Ryan Ramczyk, Alex Anzalone, Michael Thomas. I mean, it sucks, man. And Michael Thomas going to Twitter is what I meant to say. Michael Thomas taking to Twitter, posting a picture of it's the iconic photo of Lattimore, Thomas, and AK-41. Sorry, I'm just all over the place because it sucks, man, and I hate to see it happen. But at the end of the day, this is one of those things that, like I said, needed to happen. That 2017 draft class, listen to all the players that are no longer around. So the only player you have left is Alvin Kamara. So you have lost Marshon Lattimore, Ryan Ramczyk likely to retire, Marcus Williams, he's gone, Trey Hendrickson tearing it up in Cincinnati. So unfortunately, that era is over. The era of Marshon Lattimore, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, that era is done. It sucks. And this DB room is going to need some definite improvement. Is going to need to add some talent, add some depth, add some high-level players to the roster, and they're going to be able to do that throughout this offseason, throughout the draft, free agency, and all that. We're going to dive into that. We're going to dive into the future outlook in just a second, but I got to give a big-time shout-out to Game Time for sponsoring today's breakdown of the Marshon Lattimore trade. Game Time can help you get tickets to see your favorite teams play live anywhere across the country, and it sucks But Dennis Allen's gone. The boogeyman can't hurt us anymore. So if you want to go see the Saints play, you can get tickets right now on Game Time. And you can get $20 off your first purchase if you use code CHATSPORTS. Fun fact, Marshon Lattimore will be back at the Superdome on December 15th. That is my birthday as well. That's pretty cool. So I get to see Marshon Lattimore back in the Superdome when the Commanders come to town December 15th. If you want to see him play, go get tickets. Right now, they're $47. You get $20 off your first purchase. Means your tickets are only $27. That is a great deal. You got to check out Game Time Picks. They filter out the fluff to show you only great deals on seats that you're actually interested in. So download the Game Time app. Use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Terms do apply. The link is in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It is game time. I just said game time like 500 times in the span of a minute. That was pretty wild. All right, let's talk about moving forward here. In Tex, we could honestly just go full screen here for just a second because I want to have a conversation about the current state of the cornerback group. Paulson Adebo, he is injured. He's out for the season. Kool-Aid McKinstry, he was out last week due to an injury. Rico Payton, out due to an injury. Moving forward, this team is going to have to get healthy when it comes to the cornerback side of things. There's just no in between. You have to do it. Shamar Jean-Charles was a part of the Saints defense this past week. He did get an interception, so that was nice to see him step up when he needed to. But the future, I will say this, I actually think it might be kind of bright. I might be cautiously optimistic. Maybe I'm more optimistic than other fans. But I think when it comes to moving forward, you get Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor. Those are two really good players to build your future, build the future of your defense around. And not to mention Rico Payton, he is a fun, talented player. He had a lot of he had a lot of quality reps throughout the preseason. He's done well in the regular season when his name's been called. And so that's just kind of my initial reaction. It's kind of my thoughts. Financially, the New Orleans Saints, I think we have a listicle text, if you want to pop that up, a list 5 discussing the contract details. So the New Orleans Saints will have $14 million in dead money this season, and they'll also have $31.6 million in dead money next year. For the teams that traded for him, the Washington Commanders, they're paying him $605,000 this year. What a steal. But then $18 million next year, $18.5 million in 2026. So, unfortunately, this doesn't actually clear any money off for the New Orleans Saints in 2025, but it is really good return on a really good player that you're going to miss a lot. But unfortunately, you just have to rebuild. This is part of it. This is how this works, and this is how this goes. I hate to see him go, like I've said multiple times, but just want to say thank you, Marshon Lattimore. I want to say thank you for a multitude of reasons. I want to say thank you for being Mike Evans' father for the past handful of years. I want to say thank you for bringing so much swagger, so much energy, and so much confidence to this defense. John O'Barnes, really good, really good point here. Shout out to that the interception you had on your butt in 2017. One of the best plays that I've ever seen a cornerback make. The 2 interception game against the Eagles at the Superdome. I mean, so many great memories. So many great memories. All the fights with Mike Evans. All of the beef that he not started, but freaking finished. Marshon Lattimore, thank you for everything. Really quick update coming from Catherine Terrell. Lattimore's $16 million base and $2 million roster bonus will come off the books for 2025 now. So that is an update that just happened. There you go. $16 million and $2 million off the books in 2025. So the Saints, I guess 16 plus 2 is 18. $18 million off the books for 2025 now. Things, are changing as we are filming this. That's why I wanted to give you that update. But man, Saints do save a little bit of money. Saints have to lose a really good player. And again, I hate to see him go, but it's a necessary move. So the return on investment is nice. You get some good picks. You get some good return. And unfortunately, that's just the reality of the season we have. It's a reality of the team. And I just got to say one more time, thank you, Marshon Lattimore, for everything. One of my favorite players on the defensive side of the ball since he was drafted. And to be honest, Saints football will not be the same without him. But It's time to look forward. It's time to start building for the future and not focus on the past right now. Thank you again, number 23, one of my favorite players to ever wear the black and gold. Y'all stay golden. Give him some love in the comments. And Marshon Lattimore, if you're watching this video, you'll always have a special place in my heart. Lock down Lattimore. You stay golden, 23. We'll see you on December 15th when you come back to the Dome.